I just thank God we got each other back. Thank God we got each other.
When the recent snowstorm swept through Shenandoah Valley, it took Tessie Ogden and her fiance, Roosevelt Atkins, Stuarts Draft home.
So if the tree would have fell 3 feet that way, it would have got me in the bed.
Ogden says she barely made it out of the trailer alive.
I was in bed getting ready to go to work and knew it had been icing all day and knew it might have been dangerous. I heard cracking and I didn't know what it was, and then next thing I know I hear a pop, crack, and the tree fell through the house. And I am screaming at the top of my lungs, scared to death, shaking, crying. And I'm just going, oh my God, what happened, what happened? Is everybody okay? I'm hollering for him and he's outside. And he come here running in and he said, you all right, you all right? I said, baby, what happened, what happened? He said, the tree just fell, you okay? I said, yes, I'm fine, I'm fine. He said, can you make it to me? I said, I can try. And I finally made it through to the kitchen.
She says she was struggling to make it through the mobile home. Now the front door is blocked by debris, making it difficult for anyone to enter inside. Ogden recalled the terrifying night.
I will never, ever forget to hear that sound of a crack. Because it scares me to death. We lost everything. And I'm still in an emotional rut. Just looking at it, knowing what we've lost. But the only thing I can say is God was watching over us. Because without God, we wouldn't have had nothing.
She says looking at the storm damage reminds her of what could have happened.
That is the only thing I pray about every day, that God was watching over us.
In fact, it was Tessie's fiance, Roosevelt Atkins, who initially heard the tree limbs falling.
Around 7:30 Thursday night, I could hear limbs cracking and everything like that, and we had all the ice on the trees, and it was still raining and misting, and it was freezing. So I came out here with the flashlight and looked up at the tree because I had been scared of it before. I looked up at the tree and looked at all the ice on it and everything like that. I said, there's nothing I can do. So I started back toward the trailer. I got to the porch. When I got to the porch, I heard a big crack. When I looked up, the tree was coming toward me. So I took off running, and I got right here in the yard. We just put a new water line in here last year. And evidently I tripped over a rock, and the end of the tree caught me in the back and threw me on the ground. So I had to try to break limbs to run back in the house after it was on the ground and everything, to try to find her, make sure she was okay. She was screaming to the top of her lungs, honey, oh my God, honey, what happened? My dog was hysterical. It was just so hectic, and that's pretty much all I can tell you. I mean, it just that's the way it happened.
I was scared for him, knowing adrenaline does weird things to your body, makes you move faster, and I was more worried about him because I know of his sugar and his health issues are trying to get me out safe.
According to Roosevelt, his father owned a house on the same street for more than 40 years. He says his family weathered through many storms, mainly because they cleared trees off the property. I questioned him about removing trees from his property.
We tried to get somebody to come down here, and where we put the new water line in, they could not even come in here to remove the tree. We was going to pay. We had already called a tree company and got estimates to come down here and remove it. But you can't get to it from around this side of the trailer because the septic system is right there. So the only way to go is around this way. And you see how wet it is down in here with the creek being here and as much rain as we've had and everything like that. And one company wouldn't even fool with it. The electric company, when I had another tree over here across the creek, you can see where they cut it off. It was going to fall on the power line a few years back. When they come down here, the electric company told me, or asked Plunda that works for the electric company, cleans up all the trees and everything, drives the big orange truck. Okay, they told me that the guy, he was a tree expert, And he told me that the tree, he said, at least the tree is still green and everything. So he said it should be okay for a while.
The couple say they lived in the mobile home for more than a decade without any major problems. In fact, they've made numerous repairs before the snowstorm.
We've repaired the roof. We've put a new water line in. We've done, the floors are redone. We just put a brand new hot water heater in and had to throw that out the back door because it busted. We're actually really thankful that we're alive.
They summed up their snowstorm survival.
I was really scared because it was, my end of the trailer had done gotten dark and I couldn't see nothing. And as I tried to get up, I knew something was down and I turned on my flashlight and I'm going, oh my goodness. And I looked up and I saw the roof caved in and I'm going, what happened? What happened? And then I remember the tree because I heard it crack several times and then I heard a big crash. I knew it didn't hit the back of the trailer and I'm thinking, if it would have hit 3 feet more my way, I wouldn't be here standing here talking to you.
I thank God so much. You know, we might have lost everything we have, but I thank God for our life because we are a tight-knit family. We really are.
Just a weight of joy knowing that he made it out and that we can continue as a couple and try to rebuild with what we have and our faith. And going back in when we can and praying before we go in that God watches over us to let us look at the damage on the inside. And we give him all the praise and glory that we made it through.
I just thank God we got each other back.
I know.
We'll make it through somehow.
Yes, we will.
In Stuarts Draft, Elaine Rackley for Breaking Through News.